What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. 5 stars and under, doing more dailies, of course. And when it comes to today's matchup, when this video goes up, Majespecter's taking on Labrynth. Now, I know what most be thinking. Something seems off about Labrynth in 5 stars and under. Most cases, deck list time for the opponent. Labrynth-wise, you have 3 Ariana, 1 Ariane, the 1 Kuklok, the semi-limited Stovey Torby, and the semi-limited Chandraglier, alongside with the 1 field spell. Makes sense. Now, Labrynth setup, to be specific in this event, card is absolutely nice. So it is hard activation on setup once per turn. Target 2 of your Labrynth spell traps that are banished or in your graveyard that isn't set up. Shuffle it back. Then, if you control a fiend monster, you can set non-Labrynth normal traps with different names straight from your deck equal to the number of cards shuffled. So essentially, if you used your big welcomes from the get-go in terms of graveyard or banished, then you can use this setup to bring those welcome Labrynths back, so that way you have the constant cycling through, which is amazing. And then 2 regular welcome, 3 big welcome, one of which is a royal, absolutely nice. And then the other monsters, 2 Absolute King Bad Jack. If anyone remembers the Life and Times Paleo or the BA days, Absolute King Bad Jack is absolutely fantastic because he enables to stack the 3 cards from the top of your deck, and then during your opponent's turn, he lets you quick effect banish this from grave to excavate the top card, and if it happens to be a normal trap, straight up set it, and it can be triggered this turn. If not, it gets sent to the grave anyways. Soul Scissors. For a level 2, courtesy of Sprite, Soul Scissors states that if a monster is more than 1 anywhere on the field gets killed by battle or card effect and sent to the grave while this card is in your graveyard, free special, but banish it whenever it leaves. And then upon special summon from the graveyard, to be specific, doesn't matter how it's special, from the grave, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, kill it. Solid. And then 3 Ash, basic, one of which is alt art. Good catch. The limited extra decks don't go into extra that much, makes sense. And then for the non-Labrynth traps, 3 Torrential, 3 Compulse, 3 Trap Trick, 3 Ice Dragon's Prison, 3 Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch, one of which is glossed out. And any extra deck doesn't really matter too much, but when it comes to generics, to be specific, extra deck consists of Utopia, Evil Sworn Nightmare, the fact that Labyrinths are made up of dark fiends after all, so that makes sense. 2 Black Shipicorn, Abyss Dweller, Giant Hand, Crazy Box, Tiger Mortar, Trident, 2 Zodiac Chakanai. I'm pretty much convinced that Chakanai is the start, then into Tiger, then into Trident, so that way you stack yourself with the XZ on top of XZs and so forth. Malevolent Sin, Utopia double. Okay, so the double, turn it into Utopia. That makes sense. But the thing is, there's no double or nothing, so there's no point doing that unless you're trying to wall up. I can see that. Dugaris and Exorcister Aesophiel, only for the sake of the Compulse effect. With that being said, let us get into the show. And with his hand going second, it's a hit or miss. Real normal Ariana, get the coup clock. Set coup clock for a big welcome. Specials Ariane, return Ariana. Ariane, draw one special Ariana in defense and set 4. Scale the crew. Duelist Alliance for Luster Pendulum. Luster, big welcome. For coup clock, return the coup clock. Ariana, draw, set, draw. There's the coup clock. Luster, Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch is the draw card. In terms of draw, then set, and to combine it with coup clock, it can be triggered this turn, which is crazy. Resolve without effect. Toss out Bad Jack. Back Jack. Fix the deck. Getting Compulse. Talents to draw 2. Nope, there's the Ash. Scale the Fox. PS1 being Luster. Compulse at the start of battle. Main phase 2, real normal Luster, and pass. Big welcome. Oh yeah, and here's the crazy part about this for a big welcome before we go any further. The fact that in this event, no Arias, no Lovely, nor Lady. So you're pretty much forced to target one fiend monster you control to kick it back to your hand, to be specific. Ariane, special Ariana in defense after the draw one. There's the setup. I find it how the artwork of setup is looking super cute. Setup. 2 big welcomes. Wait, what? Could he not? Hold on. Oh, there's no room when setup was you. Wow. Try trick. For regular welcome. One more trap activation. For Stovey Torby. Set 1. Stovey. Send the Ash with it from hand for Labrynth Labyrinth. To clock to hand. Flip it up. Exceed choke it into number 85 crazy box in 2025. Let me just say this again, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think the people in the back heard me. Number 85 crazy box in 2025. Shout outs to Number Hunters booster set. If you know, you know. Number 85 crazy box happens to be a rank 4 Dark Fiend. Makes sense. 3,000 flat on the attack, 300 defense. Cannot attack, simple, and it's a generic rank 4, good stuff. And because it's crazy box, we are all about the dice roll by detaching one. And based off from that result, here's the applications. 1, cut your own points in half. 2, you draw 1. 3, your opponent discards 1. 4, does not target, negate the effects of one face-up card anywhere on the field until the end of this turn. This is where it changes everything in terms of the no attack clause, if you really wanted to. 5, does not target, kill one card anywhere on the field. And then 6, kill this. Crazy Bucks. Number 3. Your opponent discards one. You know, the funny part is 2 copies of ties in hand anyway, so it's fine. Cannot attack due to its own effect, and pass. PS1 being the top deck, Toad. Toad? Literally, every single Majespecter monster share this exact same gimmick in terms of main deck. While this card is in your monster zone, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Also, it cannot be killed by your opponent's card effects. So you're pretty much forced to target Luster, set the Tornado, all from Toad, field spell, bring back Ariana, Ariana for Chandraglier, Ties of the Brethren, Crow, Fox, Crow for spell, Fox for QB. I don't know if you want a Torrential versus Majespecters because none of these spellcasters cannot be killed by opponent's card effects. And then Labrynth Scoops. So guys, that's going to do it for the 5 stars and under festival bonus clips. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. Also, if you are a brand new or returning Master Duel player after 1 full month of missing gameplay, be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather the leftover prizes for future content. I thank you all for tuning in, and I shall catch you all next time.